Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is VIN 2704. This is a 2018 lowest production year 1J7, which is atomic silver with LA30 red interior. That is my favorite combo on these cars. For sale on Facebook Marketplace in Arroyo Grande, California, and it was marked pending within 2 hours of it being listed. So I don't know if it's necessarily sold, but there's probably somebody that has a deposit on it. However, stay tuned and let's dive through this. Has 43,000 miles and they're asking $60,000. And it's an Arizona and California car its whole life. So dry climate car its whole life. Production statistics, 328 out of the 2,348 cars for the US 49 were atomic silver, and 167 of those had LA30 red interior. That's 7.07% of all of the US 49 production, or like a 4 or 5 out of 10. You know, it's a fairly common color combination, but it's also a very desirable color combination. 2018, lowest production year, as I said, 39 out of the 169 cars were atomic silver, and only 20 of those had LA30 red interior. So this car is one of 20, but it's only because it's a 2018. So it is a rare car. This car, as far as options go, after 2016, so 2017 through 2020, a lot of what was standard on the 16s became optional on the later years so they could charge you more for it, you know, like Porsche. So this car was options with the Mark Levinson stereo, the heads-up display, the color heads-up display. Not all of the 16 through 20s had them. This one has it. It has the split polished wheels. So 17 through 19, they were just gray, and then you had to pay extra to get them split polished. And it has glass brake sensors, and it has the lighted front door sills. So it's a pretty well-optioned car. Carfax, Epic VIN, and AutoCheck. So Carfax shows this as a 3-owner, 1 damage event to the front and rear. Maybe it got sandwiched in traffic or something. September 1st, 2020. Epic VIN shows this as a 3-owner, 1 accident car, same as Carfax, September 2020 to the front and rear also, so that information jives. AutoCheck shows this as a 3-owner, no accident car. So weird that AutoCheck didn't catch that and the other two did, but this is a 3-owner, 1 accident or damage reported in September of 2020 to the front and rear. So that would mean that the front bumper and rear bumper probably got replaced or repainted. So we'll look at that when we get to the photos. And it is an Arizona and California clean title car. Previous sales. So this car first went on sale in March of 2018, $89,000 in Nevada, and it sold in September of 2018, so about 6 months, to a buyer in Arizona as a lease for the first owner. And then the lease was returned and it was sold L certified June of 2020, $67,000 with 12,000 miles in Phoenix, Arizona. And it sold in about 2 months to a buyer in California. And this accident, it looks like it happened, or damage or whatever happened, it happened the day after the registration was issued for the car. So I think it may have had paper plates, or like 1 day after you put the permanent plates on, it got in an accident. February of 2025, so just over a year ago, $58,500 with 40,000 miles in California, and they noted that it has paint protection film on the front, and it was sold to the current seller in under a month, who resides in Arroyo Grande, California. So here it is, mid-May 2026, Facebook Marketplace, 43,000 miles, $60,000. So the price is $1,500 more than what he paid for it, and with about another 3,000 miles on it. And so that's kind of how the market has gone. So now onto the photos. There's not a ton of photos that were provided in the listing. So if it didn't sell and it comes back up for sale, then definitely ask for some more photos, some better photos. But it looks like a 40,000 mile car should. I mean, it still has kind of that satin or matte finish on the leather, which is what they looked like when they were new. Shiny leather is dirty leather. So if it's shiny, it's dirty. It's not dirty here. It definitely looks really, really nice. It really looks in amazing condition. Looking at the exterior, if you look at the rear bumper, you can kind of tell that it doesn't match. And I don't think it's like this car. Like, this car has all original paint, but the, you know, right there doesn't match with the lower side skirt and the rear bumper. That's the metal and plastic. It just fades differently. And I don't think that's what's going on here. I think that's probably from whatever this incident was. And the front bumper looks kind of the same too. And atomic silver is an extremely hard color to paint match perfectly. And, you know, it's pretty obvious when there's paint work, and so this kind of looks like what's going on there. It looks like the front bumpers have either been replaced and repainted, or just repainted, repaired, something like that. But there's definitely been some paint work on this car. So as far as the price goes, 2018s are hard to put a price on because there's so few data points. There's only 169 of them that exist, and they don't all come up for sale all the time. So like in the last 2.5 years, so since early 2024, there have only been 21 of these cars that have been publicly for sale, and there's like 6 of them so far this year. And I think that's just because the market's been going up. But based on other years, you kind of have to factor that in this crazy market. It's not too far off at 60,000. I would probably put it in like the upper 50s, and that's not too far off at $60,000. It is a clean example, but it does have paint work done to it. You know, it's got a little bit of a damage history, something like that, but it is a exceptionally clean example otherwise. So now to the service history. So the owner states in the ad, much like me, they're 100 miles away from the nearest dealership. I'm in Tyler, Texas. I take my car to Plano. That's 95.5 miles away. And so that's part of when you really want to own these cars, but you don't have a good dealer support system. You know, you go to an independent mechanic. And so I have a good Toyota mechanic that I have in my back pocket, and he works on my cars that I don't want to work on or don't have time to work on. But it looks like that's what he did here. So it was pretty well maintained at the dealer until then, and then there's some independent mechanic work once he acquired it. But it's still a very well dealer serviced example up to his ownership. So the first injury of note is March of 2019, 4,800 miles. The lower oil pan was noted as leaking, and they repaired it under warranty, obviously, resealed the oil pan. I have seen that on a couple. It's not what I would call common, but I have seen that on more than a few cars. And in June of 2020 also, they did a certified pre-owned prep. It sounds to me like the owner of this GSF traded it in on a new GSF, and they were moving everything when they were doing the certified pre-owned. They said, move it over to his new car. September of 2020, HVAC servo sweep was done. It had 3 stored codes. It had B1442, which is the blend door, and it had, I think that's the recirc door. 1454 and 1455 were the stored codes. So they removed the codes, reprogrammed everything, greased the rods, and said everything was behaving like it should. So that was in 2020. That was 6 years ago, but there hasn't been any issues since then reported at the dealer. So that would just be something to check out when you go look at this car. Make sure everything is fully warmed up and just start playing around, max hot, max cold, cycle through everything, flip sides, do it again, and make sure everything responds. But it sounds like it already had that issue. It was reprogrammed, and in this instance, it fixed them. June of 2023, the right rear shock at 26,000 miles started leaking. Very common issue on the 17 through 20s, the adaptive damping shocks. They had a defective internal oil seal, and even when they were new, they had 12 miles on them, they were leaking. And so this one made it to 26,000, and they also did the 30,000 mile service with brake fluid. So that means the other 3 on this car have not yet been replaced. September of 2024, 36,000 miles, front pads and resurfaced rotors. So it's had brakes pretty recently too. February of 2025 at 40,500 miles, an oil change and an air filter. And that was like 2,500 miles ago. And then from Carfax, like the owner said, it was done at an independent mechanic, July of 2025, 42,000 miles, differential service, front pads and rotors were replaced again. Sounds to me like they probably got them too thin and they started warping or something. So they did that again, and an oil change. 2 months later, September of 2025, they did the rear pads. So this car's already had the brakes done. It's already had the differential done. Hasn't had the transmission done. That's probably something I would still do. So what else is not done other than the transmission? The low pressure fuel pump recall, but nobody's had that done yet. The parts are not in. It was just announced in April of 2026. And so the parts are supposed to be available in May, late May or early June of 2026. You can take this car into the dealer and you will get a new low pressure fuel pump replacement free of charge. As I said, the other 3 shocks have not been replaced. So when you're doing a pre-purchase inspection, see if any of the other shocks are leaking. Wouldn't be surprised. They're not overly expensive to replace, but that is something to do. As I said, do the transmission service, look at the tires. Don't see anything recently about the tires, so just kind of inspect those. The carbon fiber trim, although it's not delaminating, it does appear to be original. At least none of it's been replaced at the dealer. Maybe it's been refinished, anything like that. But something to think about in the future is that it may be delaminating in the future. But it looks pretty well serviced. May need tires in the future. Valley plate in the future, possibly, but just do a pre-purchase inspection and satisfy yourself that it doesn't need any of that. But it sounds to me like on paper, it's pretty much ready to go. And so that's sort of why I feel like it's more justified in the asking price at $60,000. So that brings me to, would I buy this car? At $60,000, I would probably try to get it in the upper 50s, but it's pretty close. And it's a really clean example. The repainted front and rear bumpers, you know, that's just something you got to live with. But I mean, it's well sorted. Do the transmission service, may need tires. That's about the only thing, and maybe shocks. But I mean, it looks like a fantastic example. So if this doesn't sell, it's still marked pending, then definitely go check it out if it comes back available for sale. So 2704, that's what I've got for you. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon.